Hello, everybody. It is Friday. That means it's time for you to learn everything you need to know to write, publish, and promote an amazing book. I'm Elizabeth Ann Atkins of Two Sisters Writing and Publishing, and I am here with our superstar author, Joanie Lindenmeyer, who's coming to us live from Palm Springs. Welcome, Joanie.
Hi, Elizabeth. Oh my gosh, it's so great to be here. I'm sitting in the sunshine, so I hope this reception is perfect. And
Yeah.
you're a little glary right now, but I'm assuming you are looking great as usual. How are you?
Oh, thank you. I'm excited. I've been writing and promoting, and I'm doing a writing retreat on the 16th virtually, so people from anywhere can join, and all good things.
Wow, that's exciting. You never have a boring moment, do you?
No, I don't believe in being bored. I believe in doing things that make you excited and feel inspired, which is what we're going to be talking about today, everybody. Joni and I are going to share some tips with you on how to stay inspired while you're writing.
Yes. Yes, I love that word inspiration. It just brings out this joy and this exuberance of what life is all about. So, thank you for thinking that this would be a great topic today, Elizabeth.
Yeah, inspiration is something that you and I both have a giant supply of. We're never at a loss for what to say or write. However, some people get stuck. It's called writer's block. It's called being confused, overwhelmed, and just unmotivated because sometimes when something seems so big, you just don't know where to start. So you're not inspired to take action. So where do you get your inspiration, Joni?
Well, I'm going to start with my prop. I'm going to start with my prop. Can you
Okay.
see my new earring?
Oh, wow. It looks like a silver feather, metal
It,
feather.
excellent. It's an angel wing.
Oh, wow.
It's an angel wing. And so Father Bernie got this for me up at the Episcopal Convention last weekend. And of course, I have two of them. You know, you have to have two wings to fly. And I think that's my prop for today about inspiration, because so much of my inspiration, Elizabeth, comes from prayer. It comes from a belief that God loves me so much. It's a belief that I am made in God's image and that I am here for a purpose on this earth to help other people, to listen to them, to spread love, to spread joy. That is my true deep down inspiration. That's where it
Mhm.
comes from. How about you?
I feel like my writing is a divine calling, so I just know that it's what I'm supposed to do. It's my divine life assignment, my purpose, my passion. And so I'm driven by creating messages in books that help people. So I do that personally with my goddess books, but I also do this when I publish books for other people and when I teach other people how to write their books as a book coach, because
Very cool.
sharing my knowledge so everybody can add content to the world that is inspiring.
Yes, yes, yes. You know, and that is so true, because it comes from a higher power. And what I have found is in my writing, because I'm new to this world, Elizabeth, and thanks be to God for you for a book coach, and for you and Catherine for helping me with this whole process. I think the other inspirations have been from nature and from people,
Yeah.
people,
Mhm.
just their experiences in life, and to be able to sit and talk with them and to share some of their struggles, their doubts, their fears, and their hopes, and so people are a great inspiration to me. And I imagine you probably have a variety of people in your world or in your history, from your history books, that have inspired you. Is that true?
Oh, oh, absolutely. So people inspire me when they ask a certain question, like, how do I know which way to publish a book? Or what's the best way to express my own life story? And so that inspires me to share my knowledge of writing and publishing almost 60 books, novels, memoirs, and business books, and poetry. And so I like to draw from that to resolve their confusion and help them
Mhm.
get clarity on how to proceed with their own storytelling. I really think that everybody should write their book. A hospice nurse recently told me that many of her patients um, expressed regret on their deathbed that they had not written their book. And unfortunately, people's life story usually only gets written after someone dies and another person is writing their obituary under duress. So I just
Mm-hmm.
think that's
Mm-hmm.
sad. We all have the power right now to write our story, share it with our family, even if we don't publish it. So those kind of urgent messages really inspire me to teach and inspire others to actually write their books.
Excellent, 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 excellent. And you know what, thinking back on that, Elizabeth, were you that way as a child? Were you inspired to write as a child? Were you inspired by people and their stories when you were a child even?
Well, I know that in high school, I definitely was a superstar creative writer in class.
Uh-huh.
So I've always been a writer and a really good in English and grammar and reading. But in high school is when my star started to shine in class. And my teacher, Mrs. Tanner, it was creative writing in
Huh?
10th grade. She was just like, she was very praiseful of my skills.
Awesome. Awesome. And isn't that a really, really cool thing that the youth, high school, middle school, whatever age group, they have that inspiration already inside of them to go ahead and display their creativity. Because I remember taking a creative English class too, and Mrs. Casebolt and Mrs. Pabst. Oh my gosh, they were both inspirational for me. And would you believe I forgot about that, but I did do writing back then. And of course, journaling was a big part of it for me too. That's another inspiration.
Mhm. So what's a tip for the all the people watching right now on how they can get more inspiration if they feel unmotivated right now?
Oh my gosh. I think my biggest tip is get outside. Get outside. Go for a walk. Do something new. Do something new. And it doesn't have to be big, but maybe it's this is going to sound crazy, but maybe take a day and eat with your opposite hand, or go sing a song in the shower, but do something new and different in your life that gets you out of your regular routine. And when you get out of your regular routine, I think just more creative juices open up and it'll get you unstuck. It'll get you fired up about, oh man, I'm so thankful for being able to do this or be this or hear this or see this. But the thankfulness will come in there. I think
Hmm.
that's a big tip, just get outside, do something different. What do you
Hmm.
think? What's a big tip from you?
Go back to the why. Like, why are you wanting to write a book? What is your why? And so when you get back to that, that will inspire you because something is driving you, whether it's that people keep saying you should write a book, or whether you just feel this calling inside yourself to write it. That's there for a reason, and it's to help you and just to help all the other people that your story can help. And go back to the why and just go back to square one, really, that aha moment, like I need to write a book. If
Mm-hmm.
people are thinking about writing a book for their business, think about what opportunities they're missing out on boosting their marketing and branding by not having their book. So sometimes when I think about consequences, I tell people, think about the consequences of not writing your book. First of all, the internal angst that you're going to feel with it unwritten. Secondly, business that you could be boosting and drawing new customers and clients when they read your book, because we do business with people we know, like, and trust. And when someone reads
Yes.
your book, they feel like they know you, they like you, and they trust you. And you've had that
Yes.
experience with people actually coming out to you after they read your memoir, None Better, an amazing love story. So yeah, there's power. There's power in that. And I just take people back to what gave you this idea in the first place.
Exactly. Exactly. Yes. Yes. That why is really, really super important, and I remember back, excuse me, back when you coached me, to spend some time and really concentrate on that why, write that all out. And I read it almost every day why I was doing this. And it just
Mm,
really, really helped me because I was able, it's like a mantra. It's like just a positive vibe that was in my head and my heart. So I knew why I was doing it. I knew why I was doing it. Yes,
mhm,
that's so
mhm.
incredible.
Yeah. So another
Yeah.
inspiration is that um, understanding that your book is going to leave a legacy. I recently went to a funeral for Greg Hardin, who wrote the book Stay Sane in an Insane World. He was a
Oh,
mentor to many people, including to some of my family members, just profound transformations that he inspired in them. And he helped people like Tom Brady and Desmond Howard, who actually spoke at the
Oh,
funeral in Ann Arbor, Michigan. And so this book lives on. And this man was so wise, so eloquent. And now he can continue to inspire people on the pages of this amazing book. Again,
oh, cool.
it's
I'll have to
stays.
get that one.
Yes, we did not publish it. It was published by, let me see who published it. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Um,
What
Black,
what was the title again, please?
yeah, it's Blackstone Publishing. The title is Stay Sane in an Insane World. And
Ooh,
he uses lots of sports references that you would absolutely love, Joni.
cool, cool.
And
Thank you.
yeah, he tells lots of anecdotes that are uh, instructive. They have lessons that he shares. And again, just a very wise person who breaks it down in a way that's easy to understand and apply to your life. And the point for today's podcast and about Greg Harden's book, who sadly passed away unexpectedly, um, is that this
Oh,
is, let's see, how many pages is it? This is 37 chapters worth of inspiration, almost 200 pages worth of
wow.
inspiration. So if you
Wow.
are a person out there watching or listening, and you are this kind of person who mentors people, who touches people's lives, whether you're being paid for it professionally or not, there's some people who minister from standing as the cashier at the grocery store. I mean, it
Yes,
doesn't
yes,
matter
I
where you
get it.
are in
I get
life. Yeah, your book can be a tool that will last forever to touch people's lives with inspiration.
Yes, yes. You know, and I'm hearing that from Joyously Free, book that we co-authored together, Elizabeth. The more
Oh,
people I talk to that have read that, they're saying, what an inspiration about how to come out, how to be out, how the allies are just so important in that process, and how it's just an inspiring book to so many people to give them the confidence and courage to move on with their life,
mhm.
and I can't wait to read this book that you're talking about. And oh my gollies, and I tell you, anytime somebody dies, I think there's a big part of you that also gets missed or is missing them, and just you're so thankful for them in your life. And so
Mhm.
um my heart goes out to you too. It sounds like that must have been an incredible funeral service.
It was actually in the Chrysler Arena where basketball games are held. It was that big. It was awesome.
Cool,
Yeah.
cool. Oh my
Mhm.
gosh. That's like my
Mhm.
friend Linda when she passed away. Bonnie, her spouse, said, you know what? Since she's such a big college softball person, her ashes were then put in the softball field where they do the collegiate games. And so that was really, really cool. So whether it's an arena,
Nice.
ashes at a home plate, for us sports people, that means a lot. That is inspiration right there.
I love it. That's awesome. Wonderful. So,
Yes.
Joni, let's talk more about nature because
Okay.
there's something about when you step out on nature. I know you take your walks on the Pacific Coast beach. You're so fortunate to live by the water, but I also live in the Great Lakes state, so I've got lakes to walk by. And there's something about the cleansing of our energy and the clarity that we get when we're by water. So, can you talk about how nature helps you get inspiration and how others can do that?
Oh my gosh, yes. Well, I think, there's so much life in nature. I'm going to sort of put my screen around here. Maybe you can see where I am right now. And just to look at, can you see any of this, Elizabeth?
Yeah, the sky and palm trees. It's
The
beautiful.
sky and the palm trees and the yucca plant, and just there's geese, there's ducks, there's road runners all here in Palm Springs and Indio area. But nature just it soothes my soul, and it inspires me, and it invigorates me because of the freshness of the air, because of the temperatures that change, because of the feelings. You go back to those five senses that you always talked about. You can smell the salt air, you can feel the wind blowing and going against your skin on your face, and maybe you're tingling your hands because it's a little bit too cold, or maybe the sun is just so warm on the skin. It just feels like popcorn machine popping popcorn or something. It just feels so warm. But it goes back to those five senses. And when your body can incorporate those five senses in real life, real time, that's what nature does for me, let alone the sights. Oh my gosh, our eyes can see such incredible vision. And when you can see seagulls flying or seals in the water with their heads bobbing up and down, and the butterflies and the bumblebees. I love to watch bumblebees on flowers. There was a tree yesterday that was just beautiful yellow blossoms. Dan and I went to the Living Desert Museum in Palm Springs, and the wildlife was incredible. Oh my gosh, the giraffes and the rhinos and the wallabies, and they're all in these preserve. They're not in cages. They're in this preserve area, just like their own front yard and backyard. But anyway, that's what nature does to me. It just opens up life.
Beautiful. That's a wonderful
How about you?
inspiration.
Tell me a little bit more about your nature when you're walking around the lakes or jogging or bicycling or riding your sailboats.
So for me, it's not when I'm writing or if and I get stuck on something or my energy gets low and I'm not in my genius zone at the moment, I step outside for a walk, or if I'm up at our cottage, I'm in the woods, I'm by the lake. I have friends who have boats, so I go sailing with them. And something about being outdoors just changes my energy. It's very high frequency, high vibe. And so it clears my energy and removes anything I was worried about. It elevates my energy level. And so that opens space for my creativity to come back in. And oftentimes when I'm out for a walk, I'll get amazing ideas that you just have to write down. So
Yes.
yeah, it's not really a direct um inspiration like, oh, I need to write about flowers and trees and sky. It's more that the weather, the nature is a catalyst to um, get you back into your genius zone of creativity.
Oh, I like that. Well said. That's a catalyst for it. Yes. I can get that whole picture right there. That's
Yeah.
beautiful. That's
Yeah, and
beautiful.
so writers out there, you should figure out what works for you. It's almost like stepping into a whole different dimension that will transform you back or into where you need to be creative, to sit down, focus, and write, because it takes long hours of concentration, lots of discipline. It's not easy. You might have FOMO, fear of missing out, but know that it's a temporary sacrifice to get the work done.
Uh-huh. That FOMO always catches and touches my goosebumps on my arms. Fear of missing out. It's like I don't know. It just tickles my funny bone when I hear that fear of
Oh,
missing
it's
out.
a real
I guess I
thing
don't
because
live so much in the fear world as I'm just such a happy person anyway. And so I, and when I think of, people say in the Bible, fear of the Lord. And do you know that fear of the Lord in the Bible is not a fear of the Lord? It's an awe, awesome awe. So anyway, threw that one out there.
nice. Yeah, we all have the ability to interpret things ourselves, and that is inspiring unto itself. So that's
Right,
awesome.
right.
And so
And
all
the
you
other thing about, oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, all you writers out there, please drop us some comments. We'd love to hear what inspires you while you're
Yes,
writing or to get you going. Everybody's different, and you should just embrace whatever works for you. I also think that your visuals, wherever you are, can be very inspiring. I just cleaned my office the other day and I cleared out old notebooks and papers and things I don't use, and the energy just boosted immediately because I cleared out clutter and, old stuff. And so really important to be inspired by your space where you're working.
so true. In fact, I just did that the other day before I left home. All the stuff from Joyously Free and Healing Religious Hurts that we've written, all my notebooks and all my papers and whatever that I had in the living room, because I've been writing a lot in the living room. It's like, you know what? I've got to move that to the office. I've got to put it in file cabinets, or I don't need this. I can trash that part now. But
Hmm.
you're right, that space makes a big difference.
Hmm.
And, one thing that you were mentioning with nature are, to me, are colors, Elizabeth. And I think that's why I love also the LGBTQ Pride. I'm at Pride this weekend, Palm Springs, 10th Pride since June. Can you believe that? But
Oh
the
my gosh.
colors, I know the colors of nature, the sunrises, the sunsets, the angles and the light that come in. But I just love the color of things. And to me, that's also inspiration that is just exuberant. Colors are exuberant.
Yes, colors are exciting, and there's psychological impact for colors. Like blue is calming, red is energizing, pink is calming as well. Purple, I believe, inspires tremendous creativity. So white can be, I think, inspiring because it's just nothing. It's just a blank slate, and that's symbolic of when you sit down to write. So
Right.
whatever colors you groove on, you should, writers out there, you should surround yourself with and even wear the colors that make you feel happy according to your mood, because color is a powerful psychological tool that you can use to stay in your creative zone.
Absolutely. Totally. Totally. I get that one. Woohoo. As Carol
Hmm.
used to say, have big smiles and wear bright colors. That was her message
Oh,
every day. Have big
I-
smiles and wear bright colors. And you wear bright colors. And I wear bright colors. You know, it does. It's a total
yes.
joy. It's a total
Yes,
joy.
and today I chose a black turtleneck. It's chilly here in Michigan, so
Oh,
I just decided to rock the black sword turtleneck, and that's all good because I'm usually wearing bright pink or blue or purple or orange, so it's all good.
it
Yeah,
is
so
all good. It is.
yeah, all of you writers, I would love for you to join my virtual writing retreat where you can write your book in a day, or at least step away with a solid outline for your memoir, novel, or business book. I'm going to put the link here so that you can register. It's Saturday, November 16th, 2024. It's all day. I started it at a time that works for both Pacific Coast people as well as East Coast people and even European people. So please, I would love for you to join and learn everything you need to know to write, publish, and promote a great book. It's what I taught Joni, and she wrote a best-selling memoir in just 5 months, and we've since written 2 books together. So now she is the author of 3 books, which is amazing. So please join me.
Thank you, Elizabeth. And people listening and people watching, it is well worth it. It is well worth it. It will take you to another world. It really will. And you know, and I think of speaking of colors, how fun it was to design our book covers, you know, and with the colors and the purples and the pinks and whatever, which was us. And I just think it's so exciting when you go to look at any book on any shelf, whether it's in the library or a bookstore or online. But I think the color really uh, attracts certain people to it. And so
Oh my gosh. Look.
I love your new books and the colors you have on those. Oh my gosh, they just sparkle. It's you. You're a sparkle lady.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it's really exciting when you design a book cover that you love. My Goddess Power books have animal print that sparkles, and our Joyously Free is bursting rainbow colors, and it's just an expression of the exciting energy that we are presenting in these books. Yeah.
Awesome. And will you be doing the part of that on your virtual training as well? Book cover, so outline, book cover, writing tips, and it's actually a hands-on kind of training is what we're thinking here.
Yeah, so Catherine, my sister and business partner with Two Sisters Writing and Publishing, we just did a in-person retreat in Ashland, Oregon at the Country Willows Inn and Estates, and it was amazing. And we actually provided a workbook for all participants, as well as a Two Sisters Writing and Publishing notebook. And everybody went away with their own outline, and it was very interactive. And the beauty was watching the interaction between the writers, sharing stories, learning from each other, inspiring each other, and that was really powerful. So yes, it is hands-on, it is interactive, and come to do the work. It is not just sit and listen, it is actual writing and figuring out what you're doing. I give you that clarity and help you get a strategy to move forward and actually publish, promote, and make the book a big success.
Yes, it's awesome. That's high
Thank you.
tens to you, high tens, and everybody out there, high tens to you. Go for it. What do you got to lose? What do you got to have happen? That could be fantastic.
Yes, 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 yes. It's really exciting. And I just love to see, like, one lady, she did a testimony and she's like, you made me think bigger. You made me, I came in here with this tunnel vision about what my book would be. And you make me think bigger so that my book can be even better than I ever imagined. And she said that in a testimonial. So that's my job here. I'm so excited.
And it's
To
not
be
just
able,
your job, it's who you are. That's what you do all the time, Elizabeth. You don't even know it, but you radiate that about bringing out the bigness and boldness and betterness for everybody. Oh my gosh.
oh,
Me
thank
included. There's a
you.
testimonial. Woohoo!
Oh, thanks, Joni. I sure appreciate that.
You bet. You bet. You do. You just exude that, and it's fun to
Oh.
hang around people that do that and build people up instead of tear people down. You build people up so big and magical.
Well, thank you, Joni. That's the goal. I'm very grateful to have the opportunity and platforms and ability to do all of that. It's really a
Mm.
blessing and it's a gift. And I'm grateful that you are part of the whole journey of, on this podcast, which we're doing. I think this is episode 69, where you and I share this really powerful information every week.
Yep.
So
No,
very cool.
fantastic, fantastic. And with our theme inspiration today, do you remember that old song, You Are My Inspiration? I forget who sang it.
Yeah,
Yeah, who
nice.
sang that? Somebody
I don't
respond
know.
here. Let us know who wrote that and who sang that. You Are My Inspiration.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Yeah, because everybody needs inspiration and everybody has those down moments like, oh my gosh, this is so hard. How am I ever gonna continue with this? But people like us are here to inspire you. So
You can
please
do it.
stick with it. Do not give up. I'm Elizabeth Ann Atkins of Two Sisters Writing and Publishing, and we are so excited to come to you every Friday, me and our superstar author, Joanie Lindenmeyer. And so please drop us a comment, share this with aspiring writers that you know. It is NaNoWriMo, which is November, meaning write your novel in a month. And so writers out there are just hot right now. So please also subscribe so you get notification every time we do go live or upload a video. And also like this video so that that can help boost us in the algorithm and help other writers. So Joni, thank you for joining me again. I hope you have the best time at Palm Springs Pride. And you
Thank
are
you. Thank you.
promotions dynamo. So I hope it goes great for you.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I carry you in my heart, and I carry Elizabeth, and I carry all the people, and of course I carry Carol, and yes. So yes, thank you so much, and thank you for an incredible podcast, and continue to be inspirational. And everybody out there, be inspired. You got this.
Wonderful. Wonderful. That is so great. All right, everybody, we will see you next week. Thank you for watching, and we wish you happy reading and happy writing.